Na hey hey, waka waka hey hey, na right there. It's time for Africa. Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. I am the multi-voice reviewer. I have many voices, but one opinion. And before I'm going to get to the superhero that I'm supposed to be reviewing, first off, a little Spider-Man update. J. Jonah Jameson and I have seen this movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and I have to say, I like it. It was really good. And if you ask me, I seem to like this Miles Morales Spider-Man more than the Peter Parker. Cause it's not just Spider-Man I hate, it's the character Peter Parker himself. I kind of find him annoying and such. And Miles Morales, I seem to like this kid here. But of course, I would have J. Jonah Jameson talk about this, but he asked if I would. He sent me a message, and he asked if I would play this for you.
Hello, this is J. Jonah Jameson from the Daily Bugle. Sorry I'm not here right now because I got business going on the Daily Bugle. But I'm going to make this a brief review. Michael, show him the DVD. Okay. Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse is a really good movie. I have to say it was pretty impressive. It takes place in the Ultimate Universe, where the Peter Parker in this Ultimate Universe gets murdered by Kingpin, who wants to open a dimensional portal. And of course his cronies, Tombstone, Scorpion, the Prowler, and also a female version of Doc Ock. They're trying to open a dimensional portal so he can communicate with his wife in the past. But of course we have a new Spider-Man, a black Puerto Rican kid who goes by the name of Miles Morales. He gets bitten by a radioactive spider and witnesses the death of Peter Parker. And then from out of nowhere, he meets a middle-aged, chubby, original Peter Parker, also known as Spider-Man from my world. And he also bumps into Gwen Stacy, an alternate universe where she gets bitten by a radioactive spider and becomes Spider-Woman. And then she meets this film noir Spider-Man, who is a private detective, also a cartoon pig who calls himself Spider-Ham, and a futuristic Japanese schoolgirl who has a pet spider and put itself into a giant robot called SPR. And together they decided to work together to become a group of special Spider-Man to battle against Kingpin and his cronies. And of course, at the end of the movie, we see a futuristic Spider-Man called Spider-Man 2099 who meets 1967 cartoon version of Spider-Man. Now, I have to say, this movie was really good, but there is one alternate Spider-Man I think they should have introduced. Spider Jameson. An alternate universe where I, J. Jonah Jameson, gets bitten by a radioactive spider and all of a sudden have powers and abilities. And unlike other Spider-Man, I don't wear a mask, because I'm not too afraid to expose myself.
Don't you ever think before you say things like that, Jameson?
No, I just whip it out.
Okay, thank you, J. Jonah Jameson, for that update. Now, and also, before I'm going to get, my next review for Marvel-thon, I'm going to talk about a certain superhero who is from Africa and calls himself Black Panther. And no, not the group who calls himself the Black Panthers, you know, the one who are like the KKK, the black version of the KKK. No. This here is from Wakanda. And before MCU made a movie of it, did you know that Wesley Snipes was planning to make his version of Black Panther way before MCU started? That's right. Wesley Snipes himself wanted to make his version of the Black Panther and also starred in it. But due to a certain history with the other Black Panthers, and didn't want everybody to be confused between the two, so instead, Wesley Snipes take a British version of this character, Blade, and believe it or not, if this movie wasn't been made, Marvel movies wouldn't be as popular as it is today. So it wasn't for this, X-Men and Spider-Man would never have been made, and the MCU wouldn't have started. Oh, hey, Blade. What do you want to say?
That's right. I'm Blade. And one thing I gotta say, I really appreciate what the Marvel's been doing right now, since they're in league of Disney. And I always thought that Disney was nothing more but a sugar frosted topping that it would never even make their version of me. But much to my surprise, I hear now that the latest MCU is planning to make their version of Blade, starring this actor. I hope he does it pretty good like I did. Now, I have to say, suckers like them always try to ice skate the bill. Anyway, this is Blade saying, I'm out of here.
Why, thank you, Blade. Well, since this is a Marvel-thon, since I had J. Jonah Jameson do the review of Spider-Man, he forgot to announce Black Panther is next. So, without further ado, I'm going to talk about a interesting superhero who is from another country, and is from Africa, from a place called Wakanda. Now, one thing I heard about Wakanda, that it has an origin. A long time ago, there was a meteorite. It had the most indestructible metal known to man, and the metal itself, the material from that meteorite, was called vibranium. And vibranium landed in Africa. And then after the vibranium landed on Africa, it created these plants. It was able to create unbelievable powers and abilities. So one African priest goes by the name of Bachniga. He drunk this plant. He drinks this plant substance, and all of a sudden contacted their Egyptian god Bastet. You know, the cat god. Which, one thing I know about Bastet is that Bastet is the goddess of warfare, and Bastet tells the priest that he needs to build a world beyond ours. And after he created Wakanda and asked other tribes to join with them, and due to the outside world always going to war and such, Wakanda decided to keep itself secret and hidden from the outside world, and therefore Wakanda becomes a huge country. And every leader from generation to generation, each leader has to take up the mantle of Black Panther with a costume made out of vibranium. It makes him very indestructible.
You forgot one thing, bub. Adamantium is 10 times strong. Adamantium's 10 times stronger than vibranium.
Oh my gosh, really, Wolverine?
That's right, bub. I got adamantium is 10 times stronger than vibranium. So if I had a battle with Black Panther, bub, my claws could go right through him.
Thanks for the tidbit. Oh well. Anyway, let's get to the story, shall we? Now, throughout generations to generation, the latest king that we've seen in the in Captain America: Civil War. Now, the original Black Panther, who goes by the name of T'Challa, played by John John Canny. Anyway, he was the ruler of Wakanda way back in the 90s, and it turns out that his brother turns out that he was smuggling some weapons from Wakanda into America because he wanted to declare war against America with their Wakanda weapons. And T'Challa did not like it, so he had to kill his own brother. Although he didn't kill him, his best friend, who turns out to be a priest, who sooner or later is going to be played by Forrest Whitaker, played Zori, he killed Takala's Takala. I gotta say it without the L. Takaya. He killed his brother, and that was it. Little does he know that he had a son who goes by the name of Krik Killmonger, who sooner or later is going to be played by Michael B. Jordan. And then years later, and then after after the Marvel Civil War, Captain America Civil War, the T'Challa's get assassinated, and now T'Challa becomes ruler of Wakanda and the new Black Panther. And that's Black Panther right here, folks. And he goes through the tradition of becoming the leader of Wakanda for his people. And of course, he has to go to Africa to save a girl that he likes. Goes by the name of Nakaya, played by Lupita Nyong'o. Now, please forgive me if I didn't get the names right, but it's that very lovely actress which I've seen in other movies and such. Now she's playing the love interest to T'Challa. And T'Challa is played by Chadwick Boseman. And I had to say, his performance of Black Panther was pretty good. Anyway, Forrest Whitaker, being the high priest now of Wakanda, he's trying to help him go through the certain trials and such. And of course, he also meets his mom, called Queen Mother, played by Angela Bassett. Now, I know her. I mean, I remember her from that Tina Turner movie. And she did a pretty good job playing Tina Turner. What's love got to do with it? And I gotta say, Angela, she looks pretty good for her age. Anyway, due to a certain trial, oh yeah, and he also has help from one of his best Wakanda warriors, who is actually a general named Akia. Akokata. I can't find her in the book because, well, this one's not updated and didn't explore more on the Black Panther side of his legacy. But anyway, Okaya, she's played by Diana Goria. Some of you probably know her from Walking Dead, and I remember her from Walking Dead. You know, I really like her. She's a really great actress. I mean, she really does a really good job playing a tough woman. I mean, I really like her, and I like her performance. She's really good. Anyway, she was supposed to help T'Challa, aka Black Panther, to find Nakira and let her know that her father passed away, so it's time for the trials. And now, during the trial, he also has help from his sister, named Shuri. At least I got that name. Shuri, played by Natinia Wright. Now, Natinia Wright, she does a pretty good job playing T'Challa's sister. And since she is Princess of Wakanda, since she's a princess, would the MCU declare her as a Disney princess? Heck, in the comic book, sooner or later, she becomes the next Black Panther when her brother's not around. Let's see if I can find her in the book. Damn it, she's not in the book. You know, seriously, Marvel, you should give this book an update. I mean, make a new edition with more characters from the MCU. Anyway, one thing that's really neat about her sister is that she's really good in technology. She made a brand new Black Panther suit, and she also did one of the famous memes. You know, one of those memes, like that one video where this one kid was talking to an officer and he said, "I got one question to ask you, officer." "Yeah, what's that?" "What are those?" Except she's doing the same thing. When she sees her brother wearing sandals, she was like, "One thing I want to ask you, brother, what are those?" "They are sandals." Now, excuse me if I didn't do the accent good because I'm trying to sound just like the cast members. I mean, I know I'm not Wakanda, but you know me, I'm good with accents. Anyway, she made these new kinds of shoes that every time if he rocks or one, they will be silent as a mouse, which she calls them sneakers. Sneakers? Ah, gee. Anyway, during the trial, he the high priest asks everyone if anybody's able to challenge him. And it turns out that there is another tribe who calls himself the White Ape Tribe, led by M'Baku, played by Winston Duke. Now, Winston Duke, he's a good actor, and I can tell that he's a kind of character who's like Mr. Rough, tough guy, ready to take down somebody, no matter what. And I think he's in the books. Let me check here. Well, I'll be dang. He's in the book. And this is him right here. The one in the white ape suit. That's him. Now, I thought he was going to be like a villain or something, but actually he's not. He's one of the tribe who is not ready to join with the other Wakandas. But anyway, he helps out throughout the whole story. And they're supposed to deal with this bad guy who goes by the name of Claw, also known as Ulysses Claw, played by Andy Serkis. Now, one thing I know about Claw is this. There he is. This is Claw right here, the guy in red right here. This is Claw. This is what he looks like in the comics. Now, what he is, he's a scientist and a professional criminal who wants to go to Wakanda and steal all of its technology. And they wanted him dead because he's been trying to expose Wakanda for years, but he never had his chance until he met Killmonger, who pretty much killed him and brought him into Wakanda, and now he becomes the leader of the tribe and starts taking over Wakanda, and he almost killed T'Challa, but his mother, his sister, and Nakia, they start helping him, and they also found an FBI agent who goes by the name of Everett K. Ross, played by Martin Freeman. Now, I like Martin Freeman. He's like a fish out of water. He's like the first white American guy who goes to Wakanda and start noticing how beautiful it is, and he starts helping them out. And he starts helping them out to battle against Wakanda and against Killmonger. Now, T'Challa has gone through his trials, so now it's time to fight back, and there is this huge battle going on, along with the rhinos and such, until time for the one-on-one fight with Killmonger. And during at the end, T'Challa won, and now he is now a ruler of Wakanda, and now is planning to share the technology and the weapons they have in their jungle to everyone. No sneaking them, no stealing them, no smuggling. He's sharing it to everybody so the world can be 10 times stronger than anything. Because the old saying, united we stand, divided we fall. And that's what it's all about. And of course it's also hinting that they found the Winter Soldier, aka Bucky Barnes, you see, they have him hidden since Civil War. Oh, the sun's coming out again, coming out of the cloud. But let's wrap this up, shall we, folks? Anyway, he's also having his sister stay in America and do a lot of science experiments in America, in New York. So she can do all of her experiments in America and share it to the rest of the world. So I gotta say, that's pretty awesome of him. Now, all in all, Black Panther is a really good movie, and now I hear that the MCU Phase 4 or 5, they're planning to do the sequel. And I gotta say, Wakanda forever! I always wanted to say that. Now, for those of you who likes my review of Black Panther, please leave a comment down below, hit like and subscribe for more reviews. Now, what's my next? Oh, this is something I always wanted to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to talk about Captain Marvel. I mean, I said it in my intro. I wanted to talk about Captain Marvel, and now this is my chance. Long time to wait, but it was worth it. So stay tuned, folks. So for those of you who likes my review, please leave a comment down below, hit like and subscribe. And see you soon.